a part of Money and Violence.
Okay, shout out to East New York.
No,
Okay.
Flatbush.
Flatbush. Oh, okay, let me get it right.
Flatbush.
See? All right. Oh, look, I got you.
Meridian Central. I mean, I can make sure that I know it. All right.
Look, y'all, he's setting me straight over here, okay? That's okay, I like to get set straight. Right, with the accent. Okay, so just tell us a little bit about, you want to get into your career as a rapper first and then as a actor?
Whatever, I'm here.
Let's talk about your rap career. What are you working on currently?
I'm working on a mixtape and an EP, but the mixtape I'm dropping this year, late this year, and the EP I'm dropping sometime next year.
Okay.
So I just put out a song, the first song released from the mixtape, entitled Local Life, which is actually a local mix, remix to J Dilla beat. Me and another local of mine that's a part of the squad jumped on this beat from J Dilla, and then we got Buckshot from Black Moon to jump on it with us. And Buckshot jumped on it, and we just put that out, shot the video. Shout out to Shatik, he shot the video for us, and it's dope. We just put that out, go check that out.
Okay, so how long you been doing your rapping?
I've been doing the music for about, say 8, 9, 10 years, but it just, I came out pursuing it as an artist for the past 2 to 3 years. I've been pursuing it, yeah.
And what made you want to pursue the music career?
I mean, I grew up since a youngin'. I've been amongst a musical environment, so I've been a part of it for years. My dad has been a manager and producer for many reggae artists.
Okay.
So I've been around it all my life. I've always been into entertainment, per se. I was an entertainer from young. I was a dancer, a part of Flex in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And we used to do the Bruck Up, a bunch of reggae Jamaican dances we used to do. And then from there, I became the artist, and then from there I became the actor. So I've always been into the entertainment field from young.
Okay.
Love entertainment.
Because I'll talk to you all day. It'd be nice if I pass over to D-Aki, but then I'm coming back.
I would definitely, so how did you get involved with the whole Money about it?
A homie named Versatile Excel called me up. Shout out Versi, I already know him. Mark called me up. He was like, "Yo, they looking. It's this web series about to come out that are looking for up and coming artists from Brooklyn or Flatbush." So I'm like, "All right, cool. What's up? What it's about?" He explained to me what it's about briefly, and then told me that to submit a soundtrack. You know, something based on, you know, around the whole movement, which was entitled Money and Violence. I was like, "Oh, all right, cool." And we hung up. He called me back, and he was like, "Yo, you Jamaican, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Yo, they also looking for some actors, but some extras, so come through, you know what I'm saying, and try it out." I'm like, "All right, cool." I got there, I met the dude Mo. Me and Mo ended up clicking because we had a bunch of mutual friends, you know what I'm saying, not only mutual friends, his family members I used to chill with. I was really cool with them, the homie Fuse and a few others. So once we clicked, he was like, "Yo, we gonna use you for 2 episodes and then we gonna kill you." I'm like, "Word?" I'm like, "All right, cool." It was all love. I was glad just to try.
Exposure.
Yeah, it wasn't even exposure because we had no idea it would take off. You know, it was only the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? It was something I just wanted to give a shot. I always wanted to pursue an acting career from young. When I was living in California, I was living in California for 6, 7 years. When I was out there, I was around a bunch of actors. You know what I'm saying? So I've always wanted to try it. I had never had the opportunity. So once it came, I just was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try it."
That gotta be so dope because, you know, when we pursue our dreams is that we try so many things and we never know what's gonna take off. So to be part of something that's actually become so special, that's extra dope.
Fact. That's why when it came, I was like, "Yo, I'm on it. I don't care." I told him, I'm like, "Yo, Mo, I don't care if you're gonna kill me in 2 episodes. Like, I don't care. Like, just the opportunity alone."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't even care. So I was with it. When I came, I guess the hunger and my hunger and everything, you know, he noticed it. And by how hungry I was, I literally, every time he called me, he's like, "Yo, come here and do this," I was there. If he said, "Yo, do this," I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Not anything, but anything he told me to do as far as my character or what I needed to do to bring out my character. You know what I'm saying? To enhance my character, I would do it. Just to, you know, go harder.
And that goes a long way because, you know, anytime you can be flexible, but then to be dependable.
Yeah.
That's dope. You know, people like that because, you know, just to, you know, because to people, this is like hour-long episodes. It was a lot of shooting, a lot of editing, so it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
so to have people that you can reach out to that actually, of course, in the beginning, it's almost like as a favor and things like that, because you never really know the opportunity. So you just say, you know what, I'm gonna try this out, because a lot of times people say, well, I don't know, because it might not go nowhere. But actually, you was like, nah, y'all, I'm gonna rock with that, and it was a great look for you.
Definitely.
A lot of times too, we try a lot of things. Like we'll try 99 things with that one thing to take off. But the thing is, you gotta do the 99 to get there.
Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, like, that's dope.
And I think that's another reason why it took off, because everybody looked at it somewhat the same way. It was like, yo, we gonna try it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even care about the outcome. We was like, yo, we gonna give it our all. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why the outcome is the outcome.
I think it was just, the realness of it.
Definitely.
Because I mean, like, no matter where you go, even, I got people that I rock with overseas, like, hood to hood, moving that work, guns and all that stuff. It resonates no matter what, no matter where you are. So I mean, like, people can relate very easily. So it's not forced. It's not Hollywood. It's like, yo, this is real stuff people actually go through. So that's why people actually, and then too, when you have someone that personally that can put up something on YouTube, you can it feels personal. Like, yo, I feel like I can do that, and they're inspired by it, not behind a whole big, Hollywood production with all these millions of dollars. Like, nah, these is real people who did something real, and it's so real, it's so honest, and that's what the support actually, people just flocking to.
I mean, it was at the beginning. I was like, violence. It's common, man. Like, that's something they're gonna expect from us, my God. And then when he broke it down to me, everything was based on a dialogue. It was the message that he was trying to convey. And once I got the message myself, I was literally hit by it, because I was experiencing something similar in my real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My life. I was going through something similar that he was telling me about, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, I get it, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? And it's the truth. A lot of men are looking for guidance. Even every day, you and I, him, she, all of us are learning what it is to be, learning something about ourselves every day.
Exactly.
So we're perfecting to be whoever we're trying to be every day. I'm perfecting what it is to be a man, and I'm learning what it is to be a man, more of a man every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Money and Violence has brought to me. And that's the light it brought to me. That's what Mo brought to me. So shout out to Mo for that as well.
Well, that's definitely dope, but I'm glad to hear you talk about it in such a way, because YouTube does make things so much more real for us. Like, I was a big Wire fan. Love the Wire, love the Corner. And it made me so sad, because those are things, even though it happened in Baltimore, those are things that I could relate to. Those are things that a lot of people can relate to. And Money and Violence is real. Like, even Peanut Live 215, love that show. And even though it's a spoof of like what F-boys are, it's real. Like, that stuff really happens out here. These dudes are really out here being clowns. And so to a degree, all right, are we okay?
Here we go.
1 second, I'm letting Abe handle my mic situation over
Pause.
here. All right, are we good over here?
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk more into the mic. Anyway, a lot of times I hear a lot of different actors, and they're like, oh, I wasn't going to take this role, but I'm glad I took it. And, it blew up. I didn't expect for it to blow up. Like Vivica Fox, she took the role in Independence Day. She didn't expect for it to blow up, because I think originally, if I'm not mistaken, Halle Berry turned it down. And so it's like, the fact that you took on that role, you took something that a lot of people was kind of like a web series. I don't know about that. It ain't on TV. I don't know about that. What doors have that web series opened up for you?
It has opened many doors for me. I got so much people hitting me up right now to be a part of their projects, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. It's a bunch of. I have three new shows on the table right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, 2 of them is still coming, being presented. Promoted, produced by Money of Cloud9 TV himself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which is Moses. Yeah, he got 2 new shows coming out. So I'm a part of those 2 other shows coming out, and then that's another show that they're trying to decide if they're gonna make it a web series, not even a web series, a series, or they're gonna make it a part 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a movie that's already out. I don't want to say what it is, but it's already a movie that's out that they're about to come out with a part 2. But they don't know if they're gonna do a part 2 or they're just gonna make it a series. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's trying to run with that, run a series route at this moment. I don't know why, but everybody's running that route right now.
Checks is big.
Yeah, I guess so. Everybody's interested in Netflix and
yeah. Once you get that Netflix contract, them checks are there.
HBO, Netflix,
definitely. So I mean, on that series route, baby, like to be able to have the credit on your resume, you know, and especially to be a part of it. You know, anyone who understands royalties. There you go. Those are future checks.
Need those. We definitely need those.
But Money and Violence ain't over. It ain't over. Season 3 is coming. You know, another 7-8 months. It's coming. It's gonna be epic. When people see what season 3 has to offer, they gonna go crazy.
That's so crazy because it's like when I think about it, they other than Money and Violence, I know 3 other web series.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them done as well, you know. And it kind of makes you wonder, like, you know,
which ones you speak?
I'm not going to say any names because because they're not, you know, they're just not doing as well. It's like it makes you wonder, like, what makes, you know, because they all seem as if, you know, they're shot pretty well. The dialogue is pretty well. Something about Money and Violence that people say that,
a lot of people can relate. There's a trap in every hood.
Yeah,
definitely. Even if you're in the suburbs, there's a hood area. Shout out to Montclair, New Jersey. Everybody know Montclair, New Jersey has a hood. You know, every place has a hood, so that's something that everybody can relate to. You know, Money and Violence, I think what made it different from every other web series is that it took off so fast.
Yeah.
Like Penal Live 215 has been out for a while. Like, people are just now becoming, it came out for it's been out for a while, but people just kind of hopped on it really, like a few years ago, like a couple of years ago, people really started going.
I still haven't seen it or heard of it. This is my first time hearing about it.
Yeah, Penal Live 215 is based out of Philly, and it's about a puppet.
That puppet.
And he imitates a dude on the block, but he's like running the block. Okay?
Puppet.
So it's kind of like a pun and a play on what these dudes out here doing. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Because he actually does real things that these dudes out here doing, but they're taking
comical,
orders.
But it's so real.
They're taking orders from a puppet. You see?
Oh, that's crazy.
So you have to actually check it out. But it took it a while to really pop off. All the celebrities, Diddy is down with it, everybody's down with it. But Money and Violence took off a lot quicker than Penal Live 215. So I think that's where the mass hysteria is coming in. And why do you think so that it took off the way it did?
I think it's because it's not only because of it's because of a message. The message, that's one, but not only because of the message, because people can relate. Not only because people can relate. Someone can say, hey, I know somebody that act like that dude. I know somebody like a grimy Ty. I literally know somebody like a grimy Ty. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody like Rafe. I know dudes like these characters in the show, and on my block, I know dudes like that.
So for people out there who have not watched the show, because, you know, I love me some shows, what is Money and Violence about?
Money and Violence is about a squad, a squad of two man squad, which is a 4-man squad, which is Rafe, Miz, Shane, and King, Sugar King, and it's based on Rafe's life. Is a you know, sort of a depiction of his life and mixed with fiction, you know.
Okay.
So it's about Rafe. It's about his life, about what he's been through.
All right, then. So I noticed I do want to make sure we get back to the music because we do have music of yours you want to play. Now, I noticed you kind of shift back and forth between, like, you know, your English and your patois. On your, is that something you do in your music also?
Nah, but it's something I'm about to start doing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's something I'm about to start doing. I never chatted before in my life, but I tried it the other day in the studio and the shit came out dope, and I was like, yeah. But DJs kept asking me for tunes. I'm like, dog, I rap. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But they was like, try it. So,
And one thing, that's a perfect example of when you look back on, you know, your money and violence situation. He was like, yo, you tried something. I mean, like, because if you think about it right now, the island sound is in control. You know, everyone's looking for the island sound. So if you got that and it's authentic, run with it. Because, you know, like, there's no such thing as selling out when you're looking to make money. So, like, if you're good at it, if you try something that's working, run with it.
Yeah.
So, I can't wait to hear some of this music, too. Because I kind of want to know, like, what's the sound that we riding with right now?
Right, what's your actual, what are you moving on now?
With this song, with the track Crooklyn, I sent to you guys, is the one with Buckshot, featuring Buckshot. This is paying homage to you know what I'm saying, to Jay Dilla and to those that paved the way for us artists today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists today ain't paying homage to those that paved the way. So that's what I did. I felt like I had to.
Right.
Okay.
You know. So
why do you think that is the case though? Why do you think?
Because I respect the game.
No, I mean not from your perspective. Okay. As far as like, you know, why do you feel like, why is there such a divide between?
It comes from the streets first. It comes from, I already know what you're talking about. Okay. It comes from the streets. And it's because if you realize what's going on in the streets now, young dudes ain't even respecting OGs anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it comes from the streets. It comes from the streets. Like, nobody's setting grounds anymore. That's why, like, even me, when I got younger dudes that come around me, you got to understand my weight and how I go about things, or you can't be around me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them is lost. I was lost. I was one of them. But it takes one to know one. You know what I'm saying? Right. And because I know better, I can see and understand what they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So I try to speak to a lot of them all the time, but they're lost. They're lost. And it comes from their, it's their bankruptcy, things they came up with. So you can't change it, because a lot of us can't change because of our surroundings. So it's hard.
It is. It's really hard, especially when you're in a situation and you're trying to tell someone else how to be better. You're like, you're in the same jacked up situation I am. How you gonna tell me? Like, you know, I got a younger cousin. You know, we try to keep him out of the street. You know, the straight A student actually was accepted to Howard, and but you know, his people was connected to the street, and so was he. So you know, I'm trying to pull his coattail, but I'm like, you know, how can I tell him what not to do when he's doing about 1,500 to 2,000 a day, and I'm not even doing that a month basically. So it's kind of hard to tell this young guy not to do something when he's actually, in his eyes, is doing better than me. But then, you know, he got caught up in some things, and now he's doing 25 years.
Right.
Yeah. So it's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is hard. Straight up, it's just hard.
But I mean, like, I think, you know, at least, you know, because sometimes you do get opportunity to meet younger ones that they do take a sit back and say, you know what, maybe I do need to listen. And these guys my age, they don't get it.
But that's the ones that's seeking the answers.
Right.
A lot of them out there aren't seekers.
Right.
And I mean, to just interject, and I'm sorry I hate to interrupt. Aside from them being seekers, you know, I'm in the education system. There's a lot of older people that don't know. As much as we would like to think, like, you know, once you get to a certain age, you should know. There's a lot of older people out there that are giving wrong information, that are doing the wrong thing, that are leading wrong examples, and so they're looking at you like, well, you fake. You know, and fake can see fake. So there's so many people out there. I see so many people that are my age and older doing it wrong. And the kids had no example. You know, I see a lot of dudes out there, they're in the street, they know they've been shot up, they know they done did like 20 years, they done just got out, and they're leading these dudes in the wrong direction, doing the same wrong moves. You know, like, I'll tell anybody, if you're gonna sell dope the right way. If you're getting locked up, it's not for you. If they robbing you all the time, it's not for you. If you're doing all these, you feel me? But it's these dudes out there, they're mentoring these dudes, and I'm like, wait a minute, I knew you from back in the day, and you wasn't no good at it either. And they're all getting locked up. So I just think we're just in a situation where they don't have any help.
Yeah, I know, because we're all falling in that system. We're all a part of that system. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us just got to think outside of it, and many of us don't think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? We're one-track minded. A lot of us think we know it all. A lot of people aren't open-minded to people's advice. They're not receptive to it. So it's just hard. You know what I'm saying? Unless they want the answer, unless they're seeking the answer, that is the only time you can get their full attention. You know what I'm saying?
And then you gotta know the definition of seek.
Right.
Like, what's that?
Right.
You know, like, it's just so lost.
The hardest thing is to try to explain to someone that they don't know when they're really secure on figuring that they do know. It's like, why am I looking if I already know the answer? Like, but they don't realize they
And
don't
it's
know that's
embarrassing
wrong.
when you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's embarrassing. Like, for example, if you know that this is water, okay, but somebody over there been telling you that this is poison the whole time, and they've been telling you that for 10 years, and then you're like, no, but I'm telling you this is water. And they're like, nah, but that's poison. And these are people that you trust.
Right.
They'll die before they drink this because they'll think it's poison. So, I mean, like, when I was doing the magazine, this is really sad to me. A lot of artists out there, and y'all know who y'all are, it took them forever to send me a bio, and come to find out they couldn't read or write.
Yeah.
You know, so how can you be, you know, how can you pursue a real rapper career if you can't even write down your lyrics? So it's just, you know, and I mean, these were people that were in their 30s.
That's a lot of them. A lot of them
30s,
so-called,
okay?
you know.
Yeah, and actually it's crazy because actually when you think about it, it's like maybe that's their way of hiding it. They're like, yo, I go off top. I ain't gotta go off top.
Yeah, but you could tell.
me.
You could tell when a dude start ripping it or start rapping if it's a written or a freestyle. You know what I'm saying? You could just tell. It's just the way it flows, the way he'll flow.
I mean, definitely. I think it you know, like we said earlier, it depends because if they feel like they've gotten this far without knowing how to, they're like, I'm fine. Until they actually learn, is like, yo, I've gotten this far without knowing this. That's the difference. So, you know, it sometimes it takes a life-changing situation to make them to seek, yo, okay, maybe I need to know that. And, you know, okay, now this is why I need to know that. You know, so.
Definitely. Also, just to speak of something you said moments ago, I wanted to just add this on to what you were saying about the people our age, because I'm in my 30s, so I'm 30. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of dudes my age, around my age, that I see that act like females. And tell me, I just had this topic the other day. You know what I'm saying? And
PMP.
Why? Why is it that there are more females today acting like dudes and more dudes acting like females?
Because that's the way the system set it up for us.
This is crazy.
Okay? Like, if you see it, like, you know, I've never seen so many dudes crying over girls, breaking up with them. It's getting ridiculous. Like, you know, it's like, I feel like it's an increase of male stalkers, males calling.
It is, right?
Right.
It is an increase because.
There was a time when, like, you didn't call the dude back, or you was like, you know what, I don't want to deal with you no more. He was like, all right. Now he like, no, baby, please. Like, the roles have changed, and that's because the women are making more money, and they're putting us in a situation where we're making more money. Black dudes, a lot of them, look, can't get a job, and it's not that they don't want to get a job. They cannot get a job. They give you all this prison time for some weed. Then you come out, you got federal charges.
Where's that? Over here in Jersey?
In Jersey, you get in trouble.
That's why we ain't coming in the morning.
But you know, any type of trouble you get, I've seen Caucasian guys, they don't get any time for a lot of stuff.
Same crime, same situation, same felony.
Federal charges on us.
Right.
Crazy.
Can't get no financial aid, so you can't go to school.
Right. I mean, and that's how they do it. You know, they'll set one thing up. Like, my biggest thing is like when you see somebody, like, I think the thing is now, okay, you know, if they say, okay, you don't pay your child support, we suspend your license. Right. And what the hell he need this car to get to work? Now they suspending your life, like, that don't make no freaking sense.
You see, yeah, I know they do that dumb shit, but then you gotta go down there and tell them that you need it for your job, and then they grant you a.
Is that in New York?
Yeah.
New York is more lenient. Jersey don't play that.
Okay, yeah.
Jersey,
New York,
like,
they grant you I forgot what it's called.
Why would you take someone's driving license because of something like that? I mean, for a lot of jobs, even if you're not driving for a living, you need to. I mean, especially in Jersey, because in New York, I mean, you're trained everywhere, like trains everywhere. But like Jersey, there's a lot of times you do have to drive. Yeah. So I mean, like, why would that be the first thing they take away from you to put you in more of, you know, a problem?
Yeah, but that's how it is.
And see, that's the thing about it too, because we're so used to being like, oh, you know what? Well, that's just how that's just how it is. And it's like one thing about like with white people, when they decide like, yo, we had enough, it gets real.
Yeah,
it gets real. But
like the heroin epidemic is getting real.
Right
so
now,
they're
right.
To start cracking down on all the rain.
Exactly, but like with us, we've gotten so used to. We've gotten so used to catching the bad end of the stick so long that it almost feels like a sort of like a slave response, like, okay, well, that's just how master is, and we just kind of rock with that.
I get
it's
you.
Like, yo, like we sometimes, and it's hard for us too, because I watch a lot of videos where you got white people getting pulled over and they know their rights. But I watched this one guy, he actually was a black law student. He knew all his rights, and they ran him through the ringer. He was like, he's like, I know my rights, and they still put me through the ringer. He was like, it took almost a year, and it took the judge to say, you know what, we apologize. But he was like, but I know my rights. Imagine people who don't know their rights, what they go through. So, I mean, it's just crazy. And it's hard how we almost got to just stay out of the way just to kind of avoid things.
And most, especially those that aren't sensible enough to know how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't have the knowledge. So if you don't have the knowledge, then definitely stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in something that you ain't prepared for.
You know what? That's very true. Yeah. That's very true. That's real talk. So in your music, do you have real talk like we just had now? Or what can we hear in your music?
I got real talk. Real talk.
Real talk.
Yeah, coming from the soul, passion.
Oh, okay.
Passionate about these words.
All right, cool. When are we gonna get that on?
Press, what's up?
You ready, Chris?
Press, what's going on back there? We ready? He said he was born ready. What we gonna listen to first?
We gonna throw in that quick one with Buckshot featuring Buckshot. Local featuring Buckshot.
Shout out to Buckshot. I see you out there.
Yeah, no doubt. It's that throwback.
Word. I even did a commercial for him for his Triple Threat sneakers that I just dropped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sneaker line?
Yeah, you got a sneaker line called Triple Threat sneakers.
Dope. All right, here we go. Up next mix show.
Now can I get a Brooklyn? Now can I get a Brooklyn? I come from a city where Biggie was known and made put me on to the rumors. Jay threw up the rock on the block, gave the work to consumers. Special ed had it made, that voice could never be whacked. Foxy Brown and Little Kim was going at it back to back.
Wait, you said Fat Boys Can Never Be White?
Evil D and Buckshot. Told everybody in the world who
that's the homie Grit.
Flatbush is a stranger when the East is in the house. Oh my God, danger! Before Joey was a badass, Busta Rhymes was the shit. I know what Miss John Jackson, I know what Miss Fabulous. AZ told me life is a bitch and then you die, and we never know where we gonna go. That's why we puff the lie. Ha ha! I repeat it, Jam Master J. I know you will be spending this. We headed in Jazz Zone. Can you tell the resemblance? These are all rappers from the borough of Brooklyn. Word of advice: don't eat the sandwiches when you go to the buckets. Holla. We get beat up to bounce back. If you love yourself, take a quick second to announce that. Thanks for thinking yourself, go find it if you haven't found that. And tell these motherfuckers fuck back. Now can I get a Brooklyn? Now can I get a
Brooklyn, set it off. The boss has spoken. 2000 and now, Buck got him open. The little nigga with the backpack on. Inside, I keep a surprise. Black horns in the background. Send them back now. Y'all fail, I set up a sale. Act now. So I can give you more for less. The return of the funky man, more for less. Hard in this rap shit, habits. The reason you straight, but you move backwards. You still look funny to me. You walk around getting money, you running with knees. Smooth operator, Big Daddy Kane, that's a Brooklyn MC that blew up in the game. Me special ed and ace. That's Brooklyn, talk funny, get lead in your face.
We get beat up to bounce back. If you love yourself, take a quick second to announce that. Peace within yourself, go find it if you haven't found that. And tell these fuckers be off that. Now can I get up, Brooklyn? Now can I get up,
R.I.P. my R.I.P. pull a pet. I know that you can fuck with this. R.I.P. to all them fucking niggas that be full of shit. R.I.P. to Smart. R.I.P. Marquise in Africa. R.I.P. my nigga Swiss. R.I.P. to Shalimar. R.I.P. Marie. She alive but that was dead to me. R.I.P. to anybody with negative energy. R.I.P. to Hector. You know I can't forget ya. R.I.P. great grandma. I remember when I met ya. I remember when I used to rob for respect. Wu-Tang shit. You better protect your neck. God loves us, but we don't go to church to get love. I always swear more, I used to hit my connector. Now get up, matter of fact, sit down if you gon' be a heckler. Step up to the mic if you think that you next up. I come from the city that never sleeps, now can you catch up? Every day police calling for backups. Brooklyn, nigga.
We can beat up to bounce back. If you love yourself, take a quick second to announce that. Peace within yourself, to find it if you haven't found that. And tell these motherfuckers I'm back. Now can I get up, Brooklyn?
Alright. Up next show, back will be R. How come I can't hear my wife? Messing with me ever.
Have you over there acting up?
Yeah, acting up.
Don't be acting up. Well, you definitely tuned into the Up Next Mix show.
Chris, what do you think about that one?
I like that.
To go, definitely, no doubt.
That's that nice hip hop that we grew up on.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to bring back, that hip hop sound, that New York hip hop sound. So that's what I meant by paying homage, to the old school that paved the way.
So is basically like more of your materials kind of going in that direction?
Somewhat. It's it's a New York sound plus a new art up to date sound, which is today's sound. We trying to develop a new New York sound. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to go off the South sound, the South beats. You know what I'm saying? Like I love it. We love it. You know what I'm saying? But we're just not trying to focus on it. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to bring it back to New York.
I think that's what we need to do. Like, what is your whole view on this South?
I mean, respect to them. I love it. You know what I'm saying? But I love it for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We should, develop something new. Rebrand ourselves with something new, just like they did. Because they had an old sound and they came with something new.
Right.
And we got to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We're just biting off of them. Everybody's biting off of them, and the only people that's not biting off of them and that's sticking to their sound is the West Coast. West Coast still sound like the West Coast. They sound like West Coast and they sound like the South. They doing both. You know what I'm saying? But they still sound like the West Coast. New York don't sound like New York anymore.
I think actually who really sticks to their sound that hasn't really veered off is the Bay Area. Like they Bay Area sound, the Bay Area sound, and they stick to it and win with it. Definitely. So yeah, I could definitely because there is some West Coast artists that you kind of heard with the Southern sound, even as far as Texas and Midwest. But yeah, that Bay, a lot of times a Bay Area artist that they got that Bay Area sort of swag to it. I hate to even say swag, but this is what it is. So, much respect to them to be able to continue on for all these years with a particular sound and actually have it rock. So, well, I mean, it's difficult. What I think, and this is kind of maybe veering off, but I think the reason the Bay Area kind of wins like that is because I think they still move on the old school way as far as with here, we depend on the radio so much. So now we have to almost bend to sound like what's on the radio just to get onto the radio. But with them, it was more it didn't matter whether it was on the radio or not. They really
because they was being creative. They was being original. This is what we're missing from New York. You know what I'm saying? Even New Jersey too. I listen to new artists coming from New Jersey, and y'all sound like y'all from the South. What happened? We're the East. We need to sound like the East. You know what I'm saying? We need to come back with a new East Coast sound.
Well, my thing is this. I mean, like, I really think Jersey's to have his own sound. I mean, like, because too much Jersey wanted to sound like New York, and now Jersey wanted to sound like the South. Jersey, I mean, as Jersey, we already have our own party sound. Now we just need our own hip hop sound. You know, like Jersey, like I've pulled up things and I've seen it say, you know, video overseas, and it's like Jersey Club. It's like, that's what's up, because that's from my backyard. So now it's like, all right, now we just need our own hip hop sound.
That's the only thing that New York clubs do not have.
What's that?
Club music.
Right.
Like, they may play Follow Me. I think one time they played Follow Me, and it was like, this for Jersey. But, like, the party is not officially in the building.
Oh, no.
Right, see, y'all don't get down with the club music. Jersey, like, that gets the party started over here.
Exactly.
Word?
What?
Man, listen.
Forget trap, forget anything.
And it's crazy because at one point you went to the club to hear club music.
To hear club music.
You never heard nothing. You never heard nothing that was on the radio in the club. That was like, that's what the radio's for. You didn't come here to hear what you always hear. You came to hear something new, something different.
I respect that. Makes sense. I respect that.
And once everybody started really trying to get a part of that New York wave, that's when you started hearing more radio type records.
For maybe a good 20 minutes throughout the entire party.
And it wouldn't last, right?
But it's just club.
Back to the club music.
Okay.
And you know, so like now, I mean, like, but you, I mean, I haven't. I'm a little too old to go into so
even now, when you go to the Jersey clubs, it's still a majority. Like, they play some trap, they play some rap, but it's still club music.
And that's the one thing that we have as far as Jersey. And I think, like, you know, we got the Jersey club, but now we just need our own Jersey hip hop. So I don't know. What? 2 seconds.
Napkin tissue.
He's sweating over here because it's a furnace right now. I feel bad for him. I see the sweat rolling down like.
You'll me both. But actually, you got another record for us?
Yeah, another one is called My Mission. This is actually on a mixtape as well.
Okay.
It's my artist Grizz featuring me on it.
Okay.
So yeah, let's listen to this.
All right, well, I'm ready. Let's go. Brooklyn.
You open the door for me.
It really gives me like a 90s stereotype.
I don't know what you are trying to do. I'm just trying to get loose and trying to pursue my dream and my mission is to let time you take a listen up.